filtered up a little bit.
I don't see Steve's picture when Steve talks either.
They want it on.
Are they gonna hear you
Yes.
with those in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Council
You just have to
President,
tilt your camera up.
if you're ready, I'm gonna hit record, and everybody, we're gonna start recording.
One
We're live
second.
on TV.
This conference will now be recorded.
Tilt your thing up, Dom. Dominic,
Which way?
I'm seeing your dining room table at the moment.
That's gotta be tilted the wrong way. Look at the dining table.
I'm seeing the table in the back of your computer.
You should see yourself, Don.
All right.
I don't know.
Put your hand behind your computer on the table. Oh, I see your kitchen now.
No, that's the wrong one. Oh, you gotta reverse it? You gotta reverse, hold on.
I see your papers. But we were close.
Here we go. This.
Where'd you go, Dom? Hey there, Dom. We're ready to go.
Go without me, don't worry about me. Go without me.
Okay, we're ready to go. It's 7:02 on May 6th. I call tonight's council meeting to order. Tonight's meeting is available on the gotomeeting.com, and obviously it's also on channel 77 and channel 28 if you have FiOS. You may email your questions and comments to the borough clerk at lfernandez@Hawthorne. Who's muting me, Laurie?
I'm sorry. I just need everybody else to put their microphone on mute, except Council President, please.
That means you, Larry. How much was not heard?
There you
All right,
go.
I'm starting over. Don't mute me. Tonight's meeting is available on gotomeeting.com. It's also available on channel 77, Verizon, FiOS, channel 28. You can log in from your computer at https://global.gotomeeting.com/join/189662325. And you can email any questions you have to lfernandez@hawthornenj.org. Or you can dial in at 872-240-3212. And the access code is 189662325. Roll call.
Bennett,
Here.
Leosa,
Here.
Lane,
Here.
Mealy,
Here.
Skiara,
Here.
Woteki,
Present.
Matthews.
Here. Flag salute. Please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge
I pledge
allegiance to the
to the
flag
flag
of the United
of the United
States
States
of
of
America
America.
and
To
to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and
and justice for all.
Justice for
for
all.
all. Okay. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by the annual schedule of regular meetings herefore adopted and posted on the public bulletin board at the municipal building, emailed to the Hawthorne Press, the Herald News, the Record, the Gazette, and all persons who have requested the mailing of such schedule and a copy of said schedule has remained on file in the office of the Borough Clerk from and since December 12th, 2019. Approval of the minutes. Can I have approval of the minutes for the regular meeting of April 1st, 2020?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Witecki, second by Leosa. Well, first of all, was there any discussion?
No, sir.
Then it was motion by Witecki, second by Leosa. Roll call.
Woteki,
Yes.
Skiara,
Yes.
Mealy,
Yes.
Lane,
Yes.
Leosa,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Matthews.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Public comment. Public comment. I'll now open the meeting to the public for anything that's on the agenda. Please dial in at 872-240-3212, access code 189-662-325. Or send in your comments to lfernandez@hawthornenj.org. This is on agenda items, and there's not a heck of a lot on here. Anything, Lori?
No, sir.
Okay. We'll move on, and if we miss anyone, we'll take care of it under the end of the meeting, public section. Have a motion to close the public comment section of the meeting.
So moved.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Wojcicki, second by Lane. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Adoption of ordinances. We have budget ordinance number 2251-20, the 2020 municipal budget appropriation limits, and to establish a cap bank pursuant to NJSA 40A:4-45.14. Public hearing. I'll now open the meeting to the public. If anyone desires to be heard regarding this ordinance, please join the meeting now. Dial in at 1-872-240-3412, access code 189-662-325. Seeing no one, okay. Seeing no one, I entertain a motion that the public
Motion.
hearing on this
Motion.
closed, and that it be resolved that this ordinance was posted on the bulletin board in which public notices are customarily posted, published in the record, and made available to the borough website, and copies of said ordinance were made available to the general public. Now therefore be it resolved that this ordinance be adopted and the clerk is authorized to advertise the same according to law. Now may I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Sierra, second by Witecki. Roll call.
Bennett,
Yes.
Leosa,
Yes.
Lane,
Yes.
Mealy,
Yes.
Skiara,
Yes.
Woteki,
Yes.
Matthews.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Budget resolutions. We have BR 03-20. Authorization to read the 2020 municipal budget by title. Have a motion.
So moved.
So moved.
Motion by Lane, second by
Second. Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Woteki. Woteki. Woteki.
You awake, Joe?
Okay. I've got the thumbs up.
That's an
Skiara,
affirmative yes.
Yes.
Mealy,
Yes.
Lane,
Yes.
Leosa,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Matthews.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Public hearing of the 2020 municipal budget. I'll now open the meeting to the public. If anyone desires to be heard on the 2020 municipal budget of the Borough of Hawthorne, please join the meeting now. Dial in at 1-872-240-3412, access code 189-662-325. Does anyone wish to be heard regarding the introduced budget? Any chat comments?
No, sir.
Okay. Seeing none, I entertain a motion to close the public hearing on the 2020 municipal budget.
Motion.
Motion by Sierra,
Second.
second by Lane. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now, BRO 4-20, which is an amendment to the 2020 municipal budget, which I have to read, so bear with me for those following at home. Borough Hawthorne resolution to amend the budget. And this is due to an accounting issue that there was something that was a typo in the first one that was larger than a certain percentage, so now I have to read everything. Anticipated revenues. 3, miscellaneous revenues, section D, special items of revenue anticipated with prior written consent of the Director of Local Government Services, interlocal agreements, Glen Rock Fire Training Center, from $0 to $2,000. Board of Ed recycle pickup from $2,000 to $4,000. Total section D, interlocal agreements, $2,000, which was the from, to $6,000. 3, miscellaneous revenues, section F, special items of revenue anticipated with prior written consent, Director of Local Government Services, Public and Private Revenues, Municipal Alliance, from $40,303 to $23,030. Distracted driving, from $14,870.69 to $5,500. Total section F, special items of revenue anticipated with prior written consent, Director of Local Government Services, Public and Private Revenues, from $62,927.46 to $36,283.77. Summary of revenues. 3, miscellaneous revenues. Total section D, interlocal agreements, from $2,000 to $6,000. And total section F, public and private revenues, from $62,927.46 to $36,283.77. Total miscellaneous revenues, $3,991,361.46 to $3,968,717.77. 5, subtotal general revenues, $7,139,228.46 to $7,116,584.77. 6, amount to be raised by taxes. A is the local amount for municipal purposes, including reserve for uncollected taxes, $15,192,573.50 to $15,183,073.50. Total amount to be raised by taxation for support of the municipal budget, $16,062,043 to $16,052,543. Total general revenues, $23,201,271.46 to $23,169,127.77. 8, general appropriations. Public and private programs offset by revenues. Municipal Alliance, from $40,303 to $23,030. Distracted driving, $14,870.69. Total public and private programs offset by revenues, $74,185.46 to $42,041.77. Total operation excluded from caps, $3,083,252.46 to $3,051,108.77. Detail, other expenses. H2, total general appropriations for municipal purposes excluded from caps, $5,970,969.46 to $5,938,825.77. Oh, total general appropriations excluded from caps, $5,970,969.46 to $5,938,825.77. L, subtotal general appropriations, items H-1 and O, $21,761,271.46 to $21,729,127.77. 9, total general appropriations, $23,201,271.46 to $23,169,127.77. Be it further resolved that 2 certified copies of this resolution be fulfilled forthwith in the office of the Director of Local Government Services for her certification to the local municipal budget so amended. Be it further resolved that complete amendment in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 4A:4-9 be published in the record in the issue of May 15, 2020, and said publication contain notice of the public hearing on said amendment to be held on the Borough Hall on May 20th, 2020 at 7:30 p.m. Next time, let's not make that mistake twice. All right. With that said, can I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion.
Motion by Sierra, second by
Second.
anybody? Second by Leosa. Any discussion? Okay. Roll call.
Bennett,
Yes.
Leosa,
Yes.
Lane,
Yes.
Neely,
Yes.
Skiara,
Yes.
Watecki,
Yes.
Matthews.
Yes.
Your motion carries.
Okay, old business. I'll call us in the order that we would normally sit in the dais. Joe, we'll start your way.
Thank you. I continue to have a problem, and I know Eric is aware of it. We're doing street sweeping, but we're not enforcing alternate street to the siding. So I understand that we're not enforcing it, but the street sweeper's going down. He can't go on the side because everybody's at home. So I guess I throw it back to administration to say, look, either we're going to enforce street sweeping where we get the cars off that side of the street, or we just discontinue street sweeping, because I think it's a waste of time, money to send out the street sweeper if we're only going to street sweep in the middle of the road because the cars are there. And then we have the residents who are up, they're up in arms because people are throwing away their masks, their gloves, their PPE, and it sits there. So I get it, but we need to come up, and I throw this, I guess, to the DPW organization to say, hey guys, you got to come up with a resolution because the residents are unhappy because the side of the streets are not happy. But you guys got to come up with something because there's no, the street sweeping looks bad, and we're not enforcing. I don't want to ticket everybody. I just want to be able to get out there and do the street sweeping.
May I address
Residents are
that?
unhappy. Parking regulation.
The street sweeper, we sweep the entire town, and only a fraction of the streets are marked for alternate sides. So most of the streets we can sweep. But in my conversation with Councilman Watecki earlier today, I advised him that we would work with Public Works and Police to figure out how best to handle the areas which are marked where it's not being enforced, where we still need to sweep.
Eric, and I thank you for our conversation, but it still doesn't give me a resolution.
Joe, I can give you a
Go ahead, Mayor.
resolution because I have an email from the police chief. Said they're going to be placing warnings on all vehicles in designated areas when the time is right. Example, the week of May 25th, state effective June 1st, the borough will be resuming street sweeping in your area. Please be mindful to move your vehicle on your appropriate day. And we'll also send out nixels. So the police department is going to start putting warnings on cars before they start ticketing cars.
I'm not looking, thank you, Mayor, but I'm not looking to ticket people. I just want them to get off the street so the street sweeper can go up, do the street sweeping. If they want to go back after, it's awesome. But the point is they're parked there. It's
well,
not
that's why
working
they're
out.
going to issue warnings, Joe, and not tickets to try and remind them when we're going to start enforcing.
Well, they shouldn't be parking there because it says no parking here, street sweeping, and then we send the street sweeper, and then it's fruitless what we're doing.
Understand.
I think the only way to do that, Joe, is to give them a warning. Nobody wants to give them a ticket, but unless they get a warning, they're not going to take it seriously.
Frank, I got to tell you, Council President, you take a walk up McKinley, and people are discarding their PPE, gloves and masks, in the roads, and it's ending up on the curb, and it's definitely a concern. We have to come up with let alone us just walking up and down the streets and picking up all the PPE that's being discarded. We got rain for the next 2 days in the forecast. It's only going to end up in the drainage.
True, but how about urging people not to throw their PPE, their masks, and their gloves in the street?
Maybe we can post that on our Facebook page.
Not a bad idea.
Other than that, Council President, I have nothing.
Okay? Rena. Mike.
I have nothing, Frank. Thank you.
Rena.
I don't have any old business.
Dominic.
I'm okay.
Bruce.
No.
John.
Yeah, last meeting, I had also thanked the police, and I would like to take this opportunity again to thank our police, fire, and ambulance corps members for their outstanding performance that they're doing in these difficult times. They're going in people's homes, they're using the proper PPE, and thank God it's being safe for them. So I'd just like to thank the great job that all three emergency services are doing. Thank you.
Okay. New business. We'll start at your end while we have you.
Okay. I would like to take this opportunity to mention that this week is National Corrections Officers Week. I would also like to especially thank Passaic County Sheriff Richard H. Bernhardt and PBA Local 197. Last year, Mayor Goldberg and our council honored these men and women for their dedicated service as correction officers. We had the honor to be with PBA President John Walsh, Supervisor Ricky Rosario, and Captain John Ottori. This week we recognize the hard work and dedication that our corrections officers perform on a daily basis. We have many officers that also live in Hawthorne that protect us also.
Fair enough.
And I think that's all I have. Oh, no. Probably Eric. Do you know, with regard to Lafayette Ave Extension, when Public Service might be paving the road due to they put in a new gas line last year? Can't hear him. He's muted.
Eric, you're muted.
Sorry. I believe they had given me a schedule, which I'll have to look up and get to you. It was supposed to be sometime within the next, I think, like in May. But I'll find out when that is and let you know.
Okay, are they going to do the full road or just half of it? Because their trench goes basically all over.
I don't know. Lafayette Avenue Extension is a county road, so I don't know what their permit with the county says.
Okay, Thank you.
Maybe you can call Sheriff Bernhardt and find out what it is.
I can do that, Councilman. Thank you.
Verdict might help better.
That's all I have, Frank.
Okay. Dominic.
I think today is the National Nurses Day, honor actual nurse today. I believe
Yes,
was
it
on
is.
TV.
Yes,
That's all I
it
have.
is.
It is. That's all I have, Frank.
Rena.
Just wanted to let everyone know that we've updated the restaurants last week, April 30th. We also created another list of other essential businesses that are open: the gas stations, laundromats, auto maintenance and repair, landscapers, pet groomers, and virtual fitness. So it was requested by some of the auto shops that are in town that are open. So we have to do not just the two, but just do all of them. So we put together that list. We issued that last April 30th, last week. So it's all posted on the new webpage for Coronavirus 19. There's a button on the front page and all the documents are there, as well as all the web links to all the regulatory agencies and all the mayor's letters and all the lists. So it's all good. Thank
On
you.
the new Facebook page.
As well as on the Facebook page too, the group page as well.
Okay. Bruce.
I'm good.
Michael.
Yeah, I did want to mention the new Borough Hawthorne, New Jersey group page. If people are not aware of it, please come and join. You'll get all your borough information from us. We're in one short week, we have over 500 new members and we're looking to expand. The only other thing I want to do is recognize Councilman Witecki. If people haven't seen, he was interviewed by CNN, and it was a nice kudos. Joe's doing something very special by letting people that have COVID and are in very compromised positions be able to do a FaceTime with their families. It's something very special. And we're happy to have a Hawthorne resident and also a councilman that was able to be recognized on a national level. So nice job, Joe.
Thank you very much. I actually have the Star Ledger piece right here. Front page, top of the crease, Star Ledger. And I was on CNN, which is awesome. But, it's not about me. The patient is the center of all that we do at Claramoss Medical Center, RWJ Barnabas. It's amazing to be able to be there in the final moments to be that bridge for the family. So thank you very much, Councilman.
Nice job, Joe.
Who's left? Joe.
I have nothing. Thank you very much.
Good job. It was a good interview, even for CNN.
I know it must have broke some of your hearts to watch it, but hey, it was really good.
Not the content, just the deliverer. Okay, turning to the administrative agenda presented by Mayor Goldberg. Mayor, the TV is yours.
Thank you, Council President. First, I want to thank my administrator, my CFO, and the Council Finance Committee on the work of our budget this year. As usual, it was a cooperative effort between the administration and the council. I'm pleased that we kept the tax increase as low as we did, and I think we'll be able to meet all of our projections. COVID-19 has caused us to make some very hard decisions. As I stated earlier, we canceled the Memorial Day parade. And by the way, the Village of Ridgewood canceled their parade of fireworks on July 4th. We're planning to have a service on Memorial Day, and we're going to limit the attendees, keeping in line with the governor's guidelines. But I think it's important that we acknowledge Memorial Day by honoring those who made the ultimate sacrifice. We must show our gratitude on a debt that cannot be repaid. More details will be available shortly for that event. As I'm sure you know, Governor Murphy canceled the spring scholastic sports schedule, and with that in mind, we are canceling all spring sports on our fields will be closed until no earlier than July 1st. As a former Little Leaguer, a parent, and a coach, I know this is a very tough decision, but it was made in consultation with the chairman of the Board of Rec and the Board of Rec secretary and administrator. And we know we're going to be disappointing a lot of potential, well, in my day, Mickey panels, but listen, anytime we're taking something away, it's tough, and this was a very tough decision to make as well. Also, it's with a heavy heart that I canceled the summer rec program. The governor's regulations would have meant we would have had to severely cut down on the amount of children we could service, and we didn't have to make a Solomon-type decision as who to accept and who to turn away. In addition, it appears the municipal pool will open somewhere around July 4th holiday, assuming Governor Murphy allows pools to be open this summer. We'll be offering a discounted membership rate this year based upon being open fewer days and fewer hours. More details will come of that as soon as we get more information. While North Haledon has canceled North Haledon Day, we have yet to cancel Hawthorne Day in hopes that things will open up. However, serious consideration will have to be given to this. It will be impossible, and given the times that we're in. My thanks to the people who created the Hawthorne Strong signs that you've seen around town. They were able to raise $6,000 to split between the EMS, fire, and police departments. It shows our Hawthorne spirit, and I thank everybody who bought a sign because you helped make donations to the police, the fire, and the EMS. Also, I am looking for volunteers for the farmers market this summer. The Chamber of Commerce is having some trouble getting some volunteers. So if you'd like to volunteer for the farmers market, please call my office at 973-427-1168 because the municipality has offered to partner with the Chamber of Commerce in order to keep this event alive. It's a great event. There's Rob Byer, our market master, already has 2 farmers lined up. Orlando's Bakery is itching to come back. Pickalicious wants to come back. So we need some volunteers to help Rob to make sure that we can work on flow and checking people as the governor has requested. On a positive note, the numbers in Hawthorne look good this week. That means that we're following instructions by socially distancing and wearing masks. I urge you to keep up the good work. I'm also heartened to hear the amount of people supporting our local restaurants by ordering takeout and purchasing gift certificates. My thanks to the Hawthorne Rotary for their efforts in supporting local restaurants and our food pantry. I wish I had better news tonight, and I think things will be getting better in future reports. We'll be more positive. Stay strong, keep the faith, and keep positive. With that, I call upon my attorney, Michael Pasquale, for his report.
Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations to all on good work. And Joe, congratulations on a really excellent piece, and NJ.com as well. Really good stuff, Joe. Thank you. Make us proud. Basically, I do want to report on 2 items. The first item is to give everybody an idea of where we are at with the court system in the state of New Jersey. As of now, the superior courts of the state of New Jersey are reopened, but on a virtual platform. New Jersey is using the Zoom platform exclusively. So all court appearances in the superior court are on a virtual platform. There are no jury trials. So the good news, I suppose, of all this is you will not be getting a jury duty notice anytime in the near future. There's also no Landlord-Tenant Court and no special civil or small claims court. Those are courts that frankly have very high volume. It's impossible to conduct those without a lot of people in one place. So those courts are still closed. Our municipal court has reopened. The municipal courts reopened as of this week on a limited basis and next week on a full basis, but again, strictly on a virtual platform. So all court proceedings throughout the state on the municipal and county level and state level will be on a virtual platform. I can report that I did participate in a conference on Tuesday. It was a conference with regard to our affordable housing. Judge Brogan had all of this again on a Zoom conference. There were attorneys representing 204 Wagra Road, 3 Ronson, which is the former Patriot site. There was an attorney there representing Kohler, who was an interested party, and also the Fair Share Housing Center. Our special master, Christine Cafone, was there. Our planner, John Sabo, on behalf of Joe Burgess. Our borough clerk joined us, Lori Fernandez, because she's our housing liaison. So we had a full house all on a screen that looked just like this. And the good news is that we reported to the judge. We've made great progress towards settlement. As you all know, we have settled with 204 Wagra Road. They are looking to get an application before the planning board as early as this June. So it's going to be a little tricky. Again, it will be conducted virtually, but we will get that done. The 3 Ronson property, we did get some final concessions from the developer, and I will be presenting a proposed settlement agreement to this council within the next several days. The settlement at 3 Ronson is something that I will be discussing with you at length. I've also written a letter which will be going out the next several days to the 4 property owners on Brockheisen Lane who would join the property, just to give them a bit of a heads up about what's going on there. And finally, we've reached settlement with Fair Share Housing Center, which is good news because that will end our entire affordable housing litigation, and I will also get that settlement agreement to you. Obviously, this is all subject to your approval. However, I am pleased to say the administration has reached a point where it's confident we've done what's right for the people of Hawthorne. With that said, I will quickly turn to the band shell. We are not at this point canceling our season. We are confident that at some point in our lifetime, we may be able to present a concert. We're looking at the possibility also of streaming or in other ways presenting a virtual concert over this network, over our cable network. So stay tuned, because one way or another, we are going to present you some entertainment this summer. We're not going to let the whole summer go without some live entertainment, whether it's live or in this kind of setting. So again, thank you. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe.
Thank you, Michael. I now call upon my underdressed engineer, Stephen Boswell, for his report.
Thank you, Your Honor. The Gothville Water Storage Tank LSRP is just about wrapped up. It'll be done by the next meeting. Mary Street, we're still waiting for Triton Industries or Enterprises to provide us with the weight tickets for disposing of the soil. Once we have that, we'll wrap up that job. The 2019 NJDOT municipal aid application, which was Arlington Ave Phase 2 and Alexandria. Atlantic, the contractor, is scheduled to come back into the borough on May 12th to infrared and handle all the punch list items to close that out. He is also the contractor on the 2019 road program and will also obviously address those complaints on May 12th. The complaint about the topsoil and seeding on Wagner Place will also be addressed. That was one of the things that was brought up at another meeting. The 2020 road improvement program, plans and specs are prepared. Bid dates haven't been determined, but the intent is to advertise at the same time as the 2020 DOT project and award at either our June 3rd or our June 17 council meeting. The 2020 municipal aid application, which is Parmley, plans and specs were submitted to the DOT for review and comment. We're looking at, again, awarding that at either June 3rd or 17. Regardless of the exact date we awarded, it is in the specifications that they must pave Warburton to Vreeland in front of the high school prior to the start of school, assuming, of course, we are going to start school. The Hawthorne Library lighting improvements, the design plans are essentially complete. We just want to have a meeting with the administrator and the committee to review and approve the lighting design and the hours that a contractor will be allowed to work. Because obviously, in a library, you want to accommodate the patrons and try and work around that schedule. Ravine Avenue drainage improvements are completed. There's some milling and paving that still has to be done, but that's in Wyckoff. The part that affects Hawthorne is completed, which is the drainage part. And finally, the 2021 municipal aid application has to be submitted by July 1st. The Public Works Committee is reviewing the proposed list of roads. As soon as we have that, we'll submit it through the SAGE system and get that going. And that's all I have, Mayor, other than questions.
Thank you, Steve. I now call upon my Borough Administrator, Eric Maurer, for his report.
I will keep it brief, and that's rather unusual for me. Since it apparently is National Nurses Day, I think it's appropriate to recognize our public health nurse, Mary Beth Wetzelberger, who has been working throughout this health crisis. And despite being part-time, at all different hours of a day and night to update our list and to follow up on all the 300 plus cases we've had. In that effort, she's been joined by our former public health nurse, Marge Tamburo, who has rejoined us on a part-time basis to help make all those calls for that. So the effort of getting those two willing to help get our our list managed. As the mayor mentioned, the pool is still questionable while they're open. We're considering all kinds of options for how we open it. It will probably involve limited hours, limited numbers of people in the pool, but the exact form of that we haven't resolved yet, but it's something that we're working on. So we'll be ready if we're given permission to open. I've been working with the new gasoline vendor to get our new contract set up that was authorized by the council, and hopefully within a week or two we'll be using the new contract, which will save us considerable money. And finally, as we got through the initial halt to all kinds of work with the emergency, the one new and probably the last prospective tenant for the Longview tank, it has now working on their proposal and visiting the site so that we can hopefully lease a little bit more space and generate a little bit more money for the borough. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Eric. Council President will be happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Any questions for the administration?
Frank, I have one for Steve.
Okay, John, we'll take you.
Steve, with the lighting for the library and other communities that I know of, they've done lighting and other repairs in the building on off hours of the library hours. If that happens to be the case, I hope we're not going to be able to pay premium time.
No, I think the intent, John, is to find out when the library would like us to work there, and then put that in the spec that it would not be premium time. You can do that under certain circumstances. That's what we're going to try and do.
Great, thank you. That's all, Frank.
Rena?
Michael?
If I may.
Rena or Bruce? Either one.
Okay, Mike, I just have a quick question about the band shell. Are we also looking at possibly doing movies still in the distance?
Yeah, we haven't. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
There's talking about the drive-in movie theater, so I know that we've done the movies in the past and they've been a great hit. So we're thinking more along those lines this summer as well, if we can't have concerts.
Yeah, we're really going to see how things shake out in the next few weeks. Our first event of the year is scheduled for Father's Day. I must say that's looking a little bit more doubtful than some others. That's probably not the likely first event, but we are hoping to get in at least one movie and maybe two, and one or two concerts. I can't say we'll do a full schedule, but let's see how things play out. I can't begin to predict where we end up, but we're going to try.
Great, thank you so much.
Bruce?
Mayor?
Yes.
Is there any word from the board on when the high school track will be reopened for our residents?
I have not heard from the superintendent about that. I've been speaking about some other issues, but I will call him tomorrow and see whether I get some kind of a commitment.
I think Mike may have an answer.
Yeah, the school board is meeting with their building and grounds. The next meeting, they can decide how they're going to pursue the track. It was made in a comment from the superintendent. So they have not made a decision. They're going to meet with the building and grounds department and make a decision how they're going to move forward.
Can I jump on from there?
Sure.
All right, so there has been some comments that the communication from the Board of Ed has not been as stellar as the communication from the mayor. Is there any possibility that they could improve or maybe tag on with the mayor with the communication as what's going on?
Well, I have a letter going out tomorrow, Joe, and I will call the superintendent to see what I can get.
I'm sorry, there was two people talking at the same time.
No, I said, but my letter tomorrow, I will call the superintendent to see where I can get an answer for him to put on my letter tomorrow.
All right, thank you very much. Second item is for Eric. Eric, where are we with PSE&G and the replacement of the gas lines that are currently for 1-1 and some of, I know 4, has had some replacement of gas lines, but yet they haven't improved the roads.
I don't know what that paving schedule is going to be. I'm sure they won't pave in that area until they've completed all the work. I will get a schedule for them from them, and as best that they have it now, and I will let you know, and we'll try to make that available to the public as well.
It's not about the road repaving. It's just about, when there's those larger potholes that they've put in there. They said, oh, we'll fill them when we do the repaving. Well, they're not doing the repaving, and those holes are there, and they need to be filled in the 4th Ward and in the 1st Ward.
Okay, we'll follow up with them.
And then lastly, Eric, again, I apologize too for you, but have we considered doing any host site antibody testing?
Not at this time, no.
All right. The reason I asked that are for the pool. For if you show up and you can prove that you have the antibodies, you have the antibody and you're precluded from COVID-19.
What I've read indicates that they're not 100% sure that having the antibodies necessarily makes you immune, but it certainly gives a suggestion that you're in better shape than other people.
I do know that surrounding communities have started doing that. Midland Park is offering antibody testing. I don't know if our physician would be interested in hosting something similar to that. Mayor, your thoughts?
Joe, the county is talking about expanding testing, including antibody testing, and bringing it into the smaller municipalities like us. I've got another conference call with the county on Friday, and I will further ask questions about that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That is all, Council President.
Mike, I have a question
Eric,
for...
how about,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
okay. No, go again.
Eric, several meetings ago, Councilman Wotecki brought up about the gas line on Lafayette Avenue basically at the T intersection of Central Avenue. The brick pavers are all not put back properly, and it is a hazard. You know when Public Service is going to do that?
No, I don't, but we'll follow up on it.
Okay. Thank you,
Eric, while you're following up on that, Joe had brought up where they tore up our stamped concrete, kind of by the Rough Garden attorney's office. I have not been down there, but I assume they have not repaired that as well?
It is right in front of Mr. Taraglia's office.
And that has not been repaired as well, Joe? That's a question.
No, it hasn't. I went running yesterday. No.
Well, thank you for running for us. So since you have a list to ask PSE&G, Eric, could you please add that to the list to follow up on, since we spent a lot of time and energy on that?
Will do.
Thank you.
2 weeks, Frank?
Excuse me?
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
And I'm not going to stop running, Mayor. Forget it.
That was my next suggestion, Joe.
As long as you run with a mask on.
No way. Too much CO.
Okay. All right, any other questions for the administration?
No, sir.
Well, if not, can I have a motion to record the administrative agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Witecki, second by, I think it was Sierra. Bennett? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, I'm going back on mute then.
Bye, Mayor. Introduction of ordinances. We have ordinance number 2252-20, an ordinance to further amend and supplement Chapter 505 of the Code of the Borough of Hawthorne. Vehicles and traffic, so as to designate a four-way stop intersection at an additional location where posted, and to revise Article 8 of the schedules so as to thereto the said location. Be it resolved, this ordinance is now past the first reading, and that the said ordinance be further considered for final passage at a meeting of the governing body at the Municipal Building, 445 Lafayette Avenue, Hawthorne, New Jersey, on June 3rd, 2020. At said time and place, all persons interested will be given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same, and the clerk is hereby authorized and directed publish the said ordinance in the record at least 1 week prior to the said hearing, with the notice of its introduction, time, and place, when and where said ordinance would be considered for final passage. Have a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Witecki, second by Lane. Any discussion?
Yes.
Yeah,
Michael, this
refresh
is,
my memory, what intersection is this?
that's what I was just going to ask. I believe it's Pocomoke and Pasadena Place.
That is correct.
It'll be the
It
same
is the as yet to be named John Lane intersection.
Thank you, Michael.
We didn't hear you
First, the police, there were no problems?
The recommendation, there was two where they were given areas in this, basically said the locations were on here, they could agree with a stop sign, whereas the other one, they said they really saw no need for one.
It's on no need for one. Is that what you just said?
They said that there was no need, they took the.
They could live with one.
Right, 2 locations, and the police felt there was better to have just the one, and that Pocomoke was the better choice of locations.
In the second one, there was no need for one.
I see.
Okay. Roll call.
Bennett,
Yes.
Leosa,
Yes.
Lane,
Yes.
Mealy,
Yes.
Ciara,
Yes.
Witecki,
Yes.
Matthews.
Yes.
Carries.
Resolutions. Before I read them off, we are pulling R62-20, which is the purchase order for the renovations upstairs. There was some paperwork that was not in order with the contractor. That's why it's being pulled. The pay-to-play information was not signed, so we couldn't move forward with that tonight. That'll be on the next meeting's agenda. So, consent agenda R57-20 through R64-20 minus R62-20. R57-20, disabled veteran tax exempt status. R58-20, water bill refund. R59-20, nonprofit organization partial tax exempt status. R60-20, disabled veteran partial tax exempt status. R61-20s, rescind R56-20 and extend second quarter tax grace period due to Governor Executive Order 130. R63-20, emergency extension tree services contract. R64-20, approval of liquor license transfer at 237 Diamond Bridge Avenue. Have a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Sierra, second by Leosa. Any discussion? Discussion, Joseph.
Can we please have more information on the 237 transfer?
The 237 transfer is obviously being transferred from what was the old Kirkers to the Blackjack Mulligans at the moment. All the screenings and background checks from the police department have been checked and approved. All the fees and everything have been, it's all cleared. The only thing that has not been finalized is the building permit and certificate of occupancy sign-offs because of the delays in the inspections at the moment.
My understanding is also they haven't completed the Department of Health inspection.
That is correct, and you can't do the Board of Health until you do your building CO as well.
Right, so how can we vote on this if how come we're not pulling it until after?
Because in case we don't meet at a particular time before they can do it, everything that we're doing is contingent upon those two, and the way it's written, it's written into the resolution that those two are contingent upon our approval, or our approval is contingent upon those two. Normally in the past, Joe, I've held steady on not being the last person until we approve it. But in this case, in case there was a meeting that we canceled, I didn't want to hold them from potentially being able to open up once they got the green light.
Right, but I also don't want to be the bad guy. You know, they don't have everything they're supposed to have.
They can't open.
I know. I'm okay with voting no then.
You can vote no if you want, because you're going to have the majority here, but they can't open if you give approval now unless they get their CO and the Board of Health approval. It's not like they can just thumb their nose and just open up. They can't. Lori will also be holding their license.
I know Michael was going to say something. Go ahead, Michael.
But yeah, Lori and I had a long talk about this, and Larry, who is the principal of Blackjack Mulligans, is on with us. We felt that it was time to move this along. The two of us had completed our review of the license months ago. Everything is in order for the license transfer. The only thing, it's an other agency approval. It's no different from a planning board approving a project before DEP approval is given. So the license, Joe, sits in the drawer in the clerk's office and does not leave her desk until the time that the CO is in hand. So I'm not worried, and I don't mean to cut you off, Michael. I'm not afraid of Blackjack Mulligans. I'm not afraid of Lori. I'm not afraid of you. I'm really starting to worry about our when's the last time our Board of Health has been out? Eric, can you please answer? When's the last time we had an inspection? Have we had any inspection of any of our restaurants in the last 45 days?
I'll have to look into that. I don't know.
I can tell you no. The answer is no. They're not going into any of the properties. I'm really concerned. These restaurants are staying open. These bars are staying open. They're serving our community. And I got to say, we're paying. Or have we stopped paying them?
I think
the only thing I can say is, look, I don't.
Hold on. Council President, 4 people were just talking at one time.
No, we've not.
Well, I have the floor now. You're mixing apples and oranges. We have an application now for a liquor license transfer, and you're talking about the Board of Health, whether they've been responding to restaurants or not.
Absolutely. So why didn't they go and inspect this restaurant to make sure that they had their application completed and in hand when our council meeting was happening?
Because we have a certification that they've completed about 85% of their work from their architect, and they're not to that point yet. They have probably about 1 week's worth of work to be completed. I spoke with their architect, and that's the reason why we're trying to do something now. So whether if the Board of Health never shows up, they can't open. So you're talking about restaurants that the Board of Health is not going back to re-inspect. Well, it's not like they can open up and start serving food because they're never open. So they're closed now. So there's just
Right, they're closed. But if we approve tonight,
yeah.
All right.
May I?
And the only thing we're approving is liquor. We're not approving food tonight, Joe. What we're doing is approving liquor. He can open up tomorrow.
It is considered a consumable product. Liquor is still a consumable product.
Can I offer
Yeah, but
a
because
comment? May I offer a comment as well?
Yes.
Thank you. I have sent an email to our health inspector, Jean Mugalusi, just heads up that this restaurant is finishing construction. They're at 85%, if not more, after this week. And when they're ready for the final inspections for the CO, would she please be available for an inspection? At that time, I'll reach out to her again when we have a closer date of when the other inspections will take place for the CO. So she is aware of this restaurant and how close it is to being finished. Opened is another thing, based on the situation.
May I ask what her response was?
I'm sorry?
What was her response?
She hasn't responded to me as yet, but I've emailed her and given her a heads up. So I will be on top of that. And as Michael and President Matthews has stated, everything else is checked out, and this is merely the approval of the transfer, so that we do have it ready to hand to them when they get the other inspections and the CO in their hand, and can open the door according to, an executive order of what they will and can be allowed to do when that time comes. So I hope that helps and clarifies anything else. But
Grant, can I say something?
Sure, John.
Earlier this evening, before we went online, I spoke with Larry, and I asked him where the construction is and how far are they in construction. Larry said they're about 85%. They have construction throughout the different parts of the building. The health department cannot go in there, especially in the kitchen area, until it's 100% clean. During construction, it's not going to be clean. The health department will fail them, so there's no sense getting them there now. After the CO is issued, or while the CO is being issued, that's when the health department will go in, because that's when the facility will be clean, both the eating area, kitchen, and the bar area. They have jurisdiction basically over it all.
Council President, if I could jump in, Joe, we would not wish to move this unless there was an extraordinary circumstance we're facing. The fact is, we have people who purchased the restaurant. They own it. They are paying the mortgage. They are paying the utilities. They want to be in a position to hit the ground running when the green light is given. And all we're asking your support tonight is to allow this to happen, trusting in the fact that Lori and I will shepherd this through to the final stage with Jean Mugalusi, Jean DeAugustinis, and Rich Stewart in the building department. We will get the approvals in place. They will not be open before then. And Larry has heard everything you have had to say tonight, so I think he's pretty confidently aware of the fact that if he tries to open, it's not going to be good. So you'll just have to, Joe, we're asking for your trust on this.
Brian, can I say something?
Sure.
Joe, it clearly states in the resolution tonight that we're passing exactly what Lori and Michael is saying. It's going to remain the license with Lori until everything gets approved by the building department and health department. I see no reason there's issues with this. It's not going to get out until everything is passed. with the building permits and the CO, and then he'll have his license and he can start serving. And at this point, with everything the way it is right now, even if everything got finished and everything got approved, he would be only doing takeout. So I don't see where the issue is when it's clearly stated in the resolution that's tied that we're all going to agree tonight in it. If that piece wasn't in there, then we would not be having this conversation. There is teeth on this. They can't have the license until everything passes. Thank you.
Well, you gonna throw the baby out with the bathwater?
I'm not. But welcome aboard, Raina.
Another comment.
Businesses that are coming in Hawthorne, and we need to get all the businesses here and help them and shepherd them through the process and not be hindrance to them.
Yeah, I only have one more comment. We don't have a lot of restaurants in town named after famous dead pro wrestlers. So, just Blackjack Mulligan was a legend, you may recall, in many, many years of the WWE, but I digress.
And as
Okay,
Michael and
now I forgot. Did I have a motion in a second?
No.
you do have a motion in a second.
Can I have a motion in a second?
Motion.
Second.
We do.
You have one.
Okay, then roll call.
Witecki,
I'm not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, so yes.
thank you.
But God knows I want to ask questions.
Skiara,
Yes.
Somebody please stop tapping.
Mealy,
Yes.
Lane,
Yes.
Leosa,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Matthews.
Yes.
Motion carries. And I'm sorry, may I just interrupt one more time? Larry Purcell from Blackjack Mulligan is online with us now. If anybody, I did introduce him earlier to those of you that were online earlier, but he is present in our audience if anybody wanted to pose any questions to him or tell him hello and welcome. He is online with us.
Welcome, Larry.
Hey, Larry.
Welcome, Larry.
And ladies,
Lots of luck.
thank you very much.
What's tonight's specials?
Sorry?
I want to know what tonight's specials are.
Not in this location. The other two locations, you're more than welcome to.
Just don't make it all you can eat with the mayor. That's a problem.
Again, we're
Good luck and
really,
open soon.
we're really looking forward to being making you guys proud. How's that?
Well, we appreciate
Good
that.
answer.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Larry.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Council President.
Reports of special council committees. Raymond, we'll start your way.
Okay, I just want to announce that the Environmental Commission and Green Team will have a virtual meeting next Thursday. We have not met since February. We're going to try and do a Zoom call joint next Thursday at 7. Everything's been notified, the papers, and it'll be posted on Facebook and everything, and all information. So it will be good. Thank you.
Mike.
Okay, yes, if someone doesn't already know, Governor Murphy had closed the schools for the remainder of the year. And the superintendent and the board are trying to work out to see if there's any last of the year events that they could accommodate and how they could do it. So that's it on the school boards. As far as the library, they will have a meeting next Wednesday. And that's the end of my report.
Dominic.
I'm okay, Frank. It's okay.
John.
Thank you, Frank. The TV and Social Media Committee, along with the mayor and Eric, at a virtual meeting. The meeting went very well, and all are on board with the new borough Facebook page. The page that we have, the page has been installed. The borough will have postings on information all about the borough. And right as of now, as was said earlier in the meeting, there's over 500 people that have looked on. Let's see. And we'll be continuing to put items on the website, on the Facebook page, and on the Nixle. We are also in the process of redoing our equipment for our TV production area, which will take a little while, but it's a work in progress right now, and we're looking to get some quotations and some bidding for it. On the Board of Health, our rabies clinic has been canceled with the possibility of it being held in August. We have received a lot of food and monetary donations for our pantry. Daily we are making up food boxes and bags for those in our community that need a helping hand. We have been truly blessed by all the residents and organizations that have been calling to see how our pantry is doing and donating food. Our pantry is well stocked at the moment. Stay well and stay safe. That's all I have, Frank. Thank you.
Bruce.
Yeah, the Public Works Committee has a meeting scheduled for Monday. That was on the calendar, but I'm going to leave it in Eric's hands at the moment. If he thinks we need to meet, we'll do it by computer or phone or something. And if he doesn't have anything pressing, we'll just cancel it and hope for better conditions and let's go with next month.
Fair enough. Joe.
Thank you. The Shade Tree Commission met on Monday night. We utilized the Zoom meeting platform. It went very well with Zoom. We didn't have any difficulties. We met, we discussed the spring planting, which is a little bit delayed right now, but they are on their way. If there are any concerns about any of the plantings due to, or removals due to the road work that is currently in place, please contact myself or the Shade Tree Commission. I would say from a IT perspective, I'm utilizing both computers here. So you see my J up there on the left and this here. The Zoom platform did work a lot better for us. As far as the go-to meeting, I know we did a little, like if you're watching Eric is going up and down, sideways, up and down, sideways, and we're having some difficulty hearing. We didn't experience that when we use Zoom. I don't know if there is some investigation we can do, because GoToMeeting, even when I speak from my professional standpoint, we do have some challenges when we use GoTo. So I don't know if the IT or administration wants to look at our opportunities for improvement of our meetings. Other than that, we're good.
Fair enough. For my committees, the planning board has not met, but I understand we're going to have to start meeting sooner than later. The Chamber of Commerce, as the mayor said, they're still trying to plan the farmers market because they have vendors that want to come back, and it's something that is allowed by the state. A lot of those other events are put on hold or have been canceled. So we want to wish all of our local vendors well. Like Raina mentioned earlier, support your local businesses. There's a list that's been on our website and on the Facebook page of restaurants, and there's even ones that are not part of the chamber that it doesn't really matter at this point. Just support your local businesses because that's what keeps our town being what it is. That's the character of Hawthorne. And if we don't support them, they're not here to support you. The next time you need a gift for your tricky tray or even your favorite meal, now's the time to try and help them. And you need to eat anyway, so eat healthy, but go support them. With that said, we'll move on to correspondence. We have C1, which is the school district's budget statement tax levy for 2020-2021 school year. Have a motion to record?
Motion.
Motion by Sierra, second by Lane. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Bills. I'll entertain a motion to ratify the April 15th bill list, which is already processed and paid by the treasurer, and a motion to approve the May 6th bill list, but we are pulling check 27966 as per the request of the administrator.
Motion.
Motion by Sarah, second by Leosa. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Bennett, Bennett,
Bruce?
Bennett for the bill
I
list?
said yes.
Okay, I apologize.
Twice.
Leosa,
Yes.
Lane,
And abstain to
Oh,
East
sorry.
Coast Power and Gas.
I'm sorry, Rena, just East Coast?
Power and Gas, abstain. All other, yes. Thank you.
You? Lane,
Abstain from the fire department and the ambulance corps. Yes on all of them.
thank you. Mealy,
Yes.
Skiara,
Yes.
Witecki,
Yes on the fire department, abstain on the fire department, yes on all others.
you,
Almost
Matthews.
had them. Yes on all of them.
Thank you, motion carries.
Public comment. Public comment. I now open the meeting to the public. Anyone wishes to be heard, dial into 872-240-3212. Access code 189-662-325. Or L. Fernandez at hawthornenj.org.
Hey, Frank, one comment during this. I didn't hear anybody say it tonight, maybe I missed it, but the governor has extended the lockdown order to June 6th. I don't know if anybody's reported that tonight.
No, but thanks for sharing the good news.
Yeah, we had heard that he was going to loosen up some of the construction part, but then today he extended it for another 30 days minimum.
Yeah, I did hear that when I was walking out on the TV.
And that's why you're in Arizona.
Yeah, so I guess we're not that bad of shape.
Any comments, Lori?
I have none in my email. Any of the callers that are online, any public comment you want to ask, share? Unmute yourself and join us. No, doesn't look like it.
Okay, well, seeing none, I entertain a motion to close the public portion of the meeting.
Motion.
Motion by Sierra, second by Witecki. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Have a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
So moved.
Motion by Sierra, second by Leosa. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The next regular meeting of the Municipal Council is Wednesday, May 20th at 7 p.m. We are adjourned. Thank you all. I think tonight's meeting went a little smoother than those in the past, and look forward to improving it even further in the next one. Thank you. Have a good night.